Mr. Wang's business is facing a very stiff competition. Although there are so many pedestrians who are willing to eat from his restaurant, he is unable to attract them into his business.
Mr. Wong must have come up a strategy to drive the pedestrian in traffic into his business.
His first strategy of giving discounts to people who spend over 50 yuan in his restaurant did not work.
Why could that be so?
Maybe very few people are willing to spend 50 yuan on food.
Isn't his strategy of giving free soup to his customers going to raise his production costs?
It will, but the extra cost will be marginal and will be compensated by the increase in the sales turnover.
Please expand.
The raw cost from the soup will be in exchange of the high sales turnover that will be realized from the increased number of customers.
The extra cost will be shared among very many customers, and therefore the unit cost of the bowl of soup will be negligible and called economies of scale.
For how long can Mr. Wong sustain the strategy?
He can continue giving free discounts as long as their costs do not exceed the revenues generated from the additional units sold.
What will happen when this strategy is copied by its competitor?
He has to keep on re-interview is the only way to survive in the perfectly competitive market.
Let's talk more about marginal costs.
Yeah, in production, the producer is faced with two types of costs, that is the fixed costs and the variable costs. The fixed costs are the costs that do not depend on the units produced. They are fixed, for example, rent, the salaries of permanent workers, and the variable costs are the costs that will depend on the units produced. The more you produce, the higher the variable costs. These ones may include variable costs, on the other hand, are dependent on the level of output. The more you produce, the more you pay. Examples include the cost of direct materials, commissions payables, and direct labor. What is marginal cost?
Marginal cost is the cost incurred by producing one additional unit of a product or service.
William, would you mind to tell us what is the importance of understanding marginal costs?
Well, marginal cost is an important factor in economic theory because a company looking to maximize its profit will produce up to the point where the marginal cost equals the marginal revenue.
Ms. Dai, what would happen if a marginal cost exceeds marginal revenue?
Beyond the point where MC equal to MR, the cost of producing an additional unit will exceed the revenue generated.
Thank you. Ms. Dai, would you mind to give us an example?
Example, the cost of producing one car is extremely high, where the cost of producing the tens is much lower.
In conclusion, in order to increase marginal revenue, a firm should try to produce the most units of a product with the least amount of materials.